Boss, you hear that?
Oh, I don't hear nothing. Oh, come on, Harry. You're as spooky as a fox in a forest fire. Settle down.
Well, I don't know. I got a feeling something's wrong.
Howdy, fellas.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Harry, this here's George Whitman. He's a new hand we put on.
Howdy.
Ain't I seen you somewheres before?
I don't think so.
George Whitman. He's the one they call the Jinx.
Oh, come on, Harry. Everything's quiet, fool. They're yours.
Good enough. See you in the morning.
Come on, Harry. Let's go.
Is that true?
Huh?
What old Harry says about you being a jinx.
Some folks think so.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know.
Well, just in case, you stay here. I'll do the circling.
Hoss, I've been thinking on it. Now, you better listen to me. I know. I worked the force spread with that George Whitman, and we had nothing but trouble.
Now, Harry, that's a bunch of nonsense, and you know it. That burn it. Besides, we need all the hands around here we can get. Come on, let's turn in.
But I'm telling you now, I got a feeling.
Look, Harry, if you happen to see any witches flying by the moon tonight, don't wake me up and tell me about it. Wait till morning, will you?
Stampede! Stampede! On your feet! Stampede!
The cards say you will be happily married.
What else do they say?
They say you will have many children.
Beer. Take it, too. Whiskey.
Hello, Susan.
Hello, Jim.
Buy a drink?
All right.
Bartender? Mind if I watch?
No.
How have you been, Charlie?
Right, Prime?
Yeah, Harry, what happened to you?
No, got caught right dag nab in the middle of a cattle stampede. They'll be all right in a day or two.
Hey, I hear the Cartwrights hard on George Whitman.
Yeah, this week.
We had him on the Box W. You fellas are in for it.
How so?
Ain't you heard? Whitman's bad luck.
There. Yeah, now maybe you'll believe me.
Everywhere he goes, trouble. One of you better tell the Cartwrights.
Well, now, don't you think I haven't? Don't make no difference to them. They don't know the forces that's in him.
Oh, Harry.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell both of you something. Now, if you was to look into George Whitman's eyes, you'd see evil things staring in his soul beyond all understanding. But don't ever look him dead straight in the eye.
Why not?
'Cause that's how he puts a sign on you.
Well, I ain't afraid of nothing I can't see or touch.
Well, you'll see. You'll see. They wouldn't believe me. I told him it was a Jonah.
Hello, Joe.
How you doing?
Horse?
Howdy, boys.
I'll buy you.
Order me a beer, will you, Russ?
Yeah. Couple of beers, Cosmo.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Is that dark-haired lady I'm supposed to meet shown up yet?
If you want to, we can look again.
Yeah, sir. I'll give her a day or two. 3 beers, Hoss.
Yeah. Thank you, Cosmo.
Hoss? There ain't no use to stay here and get jinxed.
What do you mean by that? Bunch of superstitious.
Excuse me. George,
Oh, hello, Susan.
I heard about the stampede. I just wanted to make sure you didn't get hurt or anything.
No, I'm all right. Oh, cheer up, honey. I don't know why you waste your time on a guy like that anyway.
You're right.
It sure isn't the way I'd handle it, George.
Me either. George, what in tarnation's the matter with you anyhow? All that little gal wanted was just to be friendly. Come on, let's go talk to him. George, come on back.
Will you leave me alone? Horse. I'm sorry. I just never should have gone in there in the first place.
I'd like to know why not.
Because I got a hex on me, that's why not.
Come on, will you, George? There's no such thing.
No? I'm the 13th child of a 13th child. I got 13 letters in my name. I was born on February the 13th.
What a bunch of baloney.
Well, it's true. I've been bad luck to everybody I've ever been around. I thought that on the Ponderosa things might be different, but after last night, it just seems to me like it's starting all over again. I just can't take the chance of anything bad happening to her, too.
George.
Come on. There's nothing you can say to him. Let's finish our beers.
Thanks to George, I'm all right.
We're going to get rid of you.
Hey, what's going on here?
Well, it's that Jonah I was telling you about. He almost got horse killed.
Oh, boy, there wasn't nothing to it. That only just spooked a little bit, that's all.
Mr. Cartwright, I'd like to pick up my time.
You've only been with us a couple of days.
Well, yes, sir, I know, but I'd like to quit.
Well, of course, that's your privilege, but I'd sure like to know why.
I've caused enough trouble around here already. I'd like to move on before there's any more.
Well, George, as far as we're concerned, that's no reason to leave at all.
It's Cartwright. Let him go.
We don't want him around here anymore.
Seems to be some doubt as to who's running this Ponderosa. Is there? Because if there isn't, I'd sure like the privilege of deciding who stays and who goes.
Yeah, but, Mr. Cartwright, this fella's just plain bad news.
He's already put the sign on me and Hoss.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not running this ranch according to hexes or voodoos or hoodoos or any other kind of claptrap. As long as George Whitman does his work, does it right, he gets paid and he stays.
I'm not so sure we want to work with him anymore.
Well, of course, that puts a different complexion on things, doesn't it? Well, if any of you you're so scared of old wives' tales that you're willing to give up a good job, I'll be willing to pay you off right now.
No, there's no need.
Oh, come on, let's get back to work.
That was a mighty nice thing you did, Mr. Cartwright, but I still think I ought to move on. I don't want anything to happen to you people.
Well, it's mighty nice of you, George. But why don't you let us take our chances? Yeah, I kind of believe that a man makes his own luck.
It's different with me.
Well, you just saved my life. You figure that's bad luck?
I was closest one to you. Anybody would have done that. It was my bad luck it happened in the first place.
All right. You think that you're bad luck. Jonah. All right? All right? I'm kind of surprised at you. I mean, why don't you do something about it? How can you just accept it? Why don't you do something to change it?
If only I could.
Well, of course you can. You can try.
All right. I will.
Well, George, I'm glad you made that decision.
Yeah, do you think it'd be all right if I went into town later today?
Well, I reckon so. Why?
Well, I got this idea. Do you want to come along?
Yeah, just soon do. Hey, what?
George Whitman, the cards say you are very troubled.
Well, ma'am, we already knew that. That's how come we came in.
I have known for some time.
You have? You mean you've known about this and you ain't tried to help him?
These gifts are not to be given lightly. They are to be sought after.
You mean you know about me being bad luck and all?
Well, George, it ain't exactly no big secret, you know.
Right now, you are wondering if I can help you.
I've tried rabbit's feet and four-leaf clovers and...
Playthings. The curse of number 13 requires a charm of unusual power.
And I suppose you got one. I mean, some kind of mumbo-jumbo, huh?
You mean a charm? It will not be easy.
Oh, ma'am, I'll try just anything at all.
There is a charm that works without fail, but it will cost $2.
Oh, Hoss, have you got some money on you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I will write it out for you. You cannot make this yourself. It must be done by someone who is close to you.
Hoss?
Yeah, I'll do it for you, Georgie. You'll probably find most of this stuff without a whole lot of trouble.
I don't know how to thank you, ma'am. Let's go, Hoss. Hoss?
Oh, yeah.
You must follow that very closely. Or else...
Or else what?
Now, don't worry about it, George. I'll take care of everything. Hey, look, George, why don't you run along and I'll try to gather some of this stuff up and I'll join you after a while, all right?
All right.
Yeah. Howdy, Miss Susan.
Hello, Hoss.
Miss Susan, I want to tell you something. Old George he's real fond of you.
Takes a very funny way of showing it.
Yes, ma'am. Look, me and him's going to be in town Saturday night, see?
I couldn't be less interested.
Well, now, you might be surprised. There's liable to be a big change in old George. Just thought I'd tell you in case you wanted to get all spruced up or something. See you.
No, that doesn't look like a goat's horn to me.
Dad burn it, George. I got that from Granny Greer. She says it's goat horn, it's goat horn. Now, got the dried bat wings.
Yeah.
Got the snake skin. And we got the feathers from the owl's eye.
You know, Joe, I haven't seen such a conglomeration of stuff since you and Hoss tried to follow one of Hop Singh's recipes.
Yeah. Only difference is I think this might taste better.
Oh, we might as well try it if it might make old George feel better.
Mr. Cartwright, rustlers hit us last night.
How many?
We got 31 head of prize stock. Stampeded them right out of Box Canyon.
Well, did anybody get hurt?
No, nobody.
Well, it's a wonder. I've been getting...
Harry, will you stop it? Come on, let's start tracking them down. Everybody, let's move.
Get my horse from me, Joe, you hear?
This is where the Indians put their dead, isn't it, Hoss?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we move on? It's getting late.
Yeah, wait a minute. It's a good place for me to pick up that graveyard dust. Charm I'm making for you. If I'm gonna make it, I might as well make it right, isn't I?
Yeah, well, hurry up. It's spooky here.
This'll do it nice. Well, saved me a trip to town. Come on. Listen here, I can't make out. What is that?
That looks like a Hasselfiefer, a Hasselback, something like that.
Well, I'll just use both of them, huh? Okay. Hassenpfeffer or Hasselback? A pinch of this. Higgly piggly. Abracadoo. Add a bit of that, too. Pour it in. Drop it in. Shake it all around.
It'll never work.
Burn it, George. You'll never know till you try it. Here. It says you're supposed to wear it right next to your heart.
All right. Hoss.
Yeah.
I can feel the power of it working.
Yeah?
I really can. Do you know something? I feel lucky.
Yeah. Doggone it, that's the spirit, George. I'll tell you what, we'll get little Joe and we'll go into town tonight and try it. Huh?
still say we're making a mistake being anywhere near where that Jonah's hanging around.
Oh, we ain't got nothing to worry about since Hoss gave him that concoction.
That's right, Harry. He's a changed man. Now leave him alone.
What is, Hoss?
Fine, thank you, Cosmo.
Hey, thank you, Hoss.
Thanks, Hoss.
Yay. Look at that. I never seen such a change in a feller.
That charm never fails.
You know you sure do look pretty tonight, Susan.
Thank you. I bought the dress this afternoon. You see, Hoss said you might be coming in.
Do you mean that you did it for me?
Sort of. I'm going to keep this dress forever and ever as a remembrance of tonight.
Yes, sir. That sure is a mighty potent magical potion at that. You know, the only trouble I had finding all them ingredients was that graveyard dust. If I hadn't found that Indian burial ground, I had to come all the way in here to Boot Hill.
What? You did not use dust from an Indian burial ground.
Sure I did. What's the matter?
That was dust from unhallowed ground.
You just said dust from a graveyard. You didn't say anything about no special kind.
Dust from unhallowed ground. The charm is no longer a charm.
Don't get excited and all upset. I said the right words and everything.
It doesn't make any difference. You put a most horrible curse on him.
Look, you don't really believe this stuff, do you?
Yes. Yes, I do. I do.
I told you not to talk to this guy, honey. It'll cause you nothing but trouble.
You leave us alone, Pooh.
George.
Come on.
Well, you did it again, Jonah.
Hey, I'm awful sorry, Mr. Well, you ain't gonna believe this, but something just...
Come on, fellas. Somebody's gonna stump their toe and hurt themselves. Where's the world?
Oh, you guys. See, it's great to have relatives.
It's a big help.
Give me a drink.
Well, I knowed it. Even with all that hocus pocus, that didn't help. He's still a Jonah.
Will you shut up?
George.
Give me a whiskey.
Oh, yeah. Here, beer, Cos. Beer.
Sit down.
What's for?
Just sit down. Shuffle them.
Huh?
I must see what the cards are going to say.
Oh, it's a lot of dang nonsense. No matter what she does with them cards, ain't gonna change nothing.
Are you all right, little Joe?
Oh, no, I'm not. I have a lot of pain right there.
Is that better?
Oh, yeah. You know, Martha, you're the best friend I have.
Am I?
Look, ma'am, we ain't got time for these games.
There's a fight. That is part of it. Shuffle them.
Why me?
What is going to happen will affect you, too.
You look at that. You ever see such a silly mess of mumbo-jumbo in your life? Porch.
What does it mean?
The lifelines are identical. You are bound together by a common fate.
I don't understand.
The charm has become a curse.
She says it's all my fault, George.
Listen. I saw 5 events in the cards. The first one already happened, the fight. On the first night, I see an explosion and a fire. On the second, a wolf howling 3 times. The next day, a snake is going to strike and miss, and yet not miss. That night, the third night, a black horse will come to the Ponderosa, bearing your saddle. Death. Looking for a rider. After that, it is not long. A few hours. Then I see you, Hoss, and you, George. Your body stretched out in the moonlight. And that is the end.
Yeah, well, Madam Teresa, you make this sound mighty exciting, but thank you anyhow. Come on, George, let's go home.
I don't guess I'll need this anymore. So long, man.
Boy, I wouldn't sit so close to that fire. You know that prediction, fire, explosion.
You go ahead and josh all you want to, little brother. Funny thing, somebody makes a prediction like that, no matter how much you disbelieve it, you find yourself waiting for it to happen.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'm waiting right here for that dark-haired girl to show up.
Paul, what are we going to do about them rustlers?
Well, welcome home. It's about time you started thinking of something besides hocus pocus.
I'm sorry, Paul. You know, we done lost 31 head. Ain't we going to put out guards or nothing?
Yes, of course we're going to put up a guard. I've just been trying to figure out where, though. Yeah, we lost the trail of those cattle just around that rocky outcrop. I think maybe starting tonight we ought to do that, huh?
Good idea. Good idea.
Just put out the fire! Here. Here. Hoss, come on out here.
Explosion.
Hoss!
Yeah, Paul.
Stand there. But don't stand there. Do something.
fire and explosion on the first night. That's what she said, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, come on, will you? Little gas pocket formed among the logs. Happens all the time. George, will you go out and saddle your horse and saddle horses and wait outside? Now, will you stop worrying about this hocus-pocus business? Now, come on, get your hat and gun, go out with George. Start guarding against those rustlers. Oh, Hoss. See if you can talk some sense into George, huh?
Yeah.
You really think that explosion was caused by a gas pocket?
Just ain't reasonable that anybody can tell the future by a deck of cards. Ain't but one way you can tell the future with a deck of cards, and that's by holding 4 aces in a poker game.
A wolf is supposed to howl 3 times. That's the first one.
I reckon if he just howls twice, it don't count, huh? Come on. One more time, make it 4.
I thought you didn't believe in Teresa's predictions.
I don't. Not a dad-burn word of it.
Then explain them wolf howls to me. Just like she said, 3 of them. Go on, explain it to me.
Well, it's a coincidence.
You know, George, if Teresa could really predict the future, it seems to me that she'd be making a lot more money than the dimes and quarters she's picking up at the saloon. Don't you think so? Well, look at the prediction she's made. The fight. Well, that had already taken place. Explosion and fire. She didn't say where or when. And wolf howling. Well, these are all commonplace occurrences here in this part of the country. But I tell you, George, I'm going to make a prediction of my own. I'm going to predict that she comes riding up here today with some kind of charm or hocus pocus of some kind that's going to cost you a lot of money.
No, sir, it won't, because I'm leaving right away.
Oh, George, you can't do that. Well, the real big predictions are supposed to happen today. I mean, like that snake that strikes and misses, but don't miss. Now, that I got to see. And that mysterious black horse that comes up here with your saddle, don't you want to stick around just see if they do happen?
Don't you see, Horse? She said we're in this together. Now, if I get far enough away today, that'll all be changed. I'll get you out of this anyway. I'd like to thank you for everything you tried to do for me. Oh, I wish that you'd see that Susan gets this watch. Even though she is pretty mad at me. It doesn't keep much good time, really, but it's the only thing I ever had that was worth anything, and it belonged to my father.
I'm going into town tonight. I'll give it to her.
We should stay, George.
George, sorry to see you go.
I wish I could say that. But I'll take good care of that little girl for you.
Bye, Horse.
So long.
Good riddance.
My pa ain't paying you yahoos to lollygag around here or get at it, and that goes for you too, Pooh.
It happened.
What happened?
The snake missed, but he spooked my horse so bad he dumped me and ran off. I couldn't do anything else but walk back here. So in a manner of speaking, you could say that the snake didn't miss his purpose.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen, Hoss. Tonight. And there ain't no way in the world we can escape it.
Well, I told you I was a pretty good predictor myself, didn't I? Yeah, let's go see how expensive this is going to be.
Oh, I've been so worried about you.
I'm awful glad. I'm glad that you're not mad at me anymore.
Oh, George.
Madam Teresa, this here's my paw.
Hello, Susan.
Mr. Cartwright, Hoss.
Hi, Susan.
Teresa was telling me such terrible things, and I was getting so worried about George. And you too, Hoss, that I finally made her tell me that there is a way to put a stop to this curse.
Oh, there is, isn't there?
Tonight, both of you must get back to the Indian burying ground. I have written out what you must do and brought everything you will need. A charcoal brazier, into the fire of which...
Madam Teresa. I'd like to see what you've written out here, if you don't mind. Roots of violets, sulfur, spirits of hartshorn, marjoram, and rosemary. A witch hazel rod with which you must inscribe the magic pentacle on the ground. Look, I don't know how much you expect to get for this here paraphernalia.
There is no fee, Mr. Cartwright, and no charge. Nor is there, as you are thinking, a dishonest purpose. My only interest is in helping both these unfortunate men.
Well, it seems to me that these unfortunate men are old enough, or should be, to help themselves. I'm sorry that you had to come here for nothing, but I'm afraid that's just what it is. Susan, I appreciate what your intentions were, but I think you ought to go back to town and take this with you.
Susan. Susan, I want you to go on back to town and not worry about a thing. Now, I'm going to be all right.
George, please take this.
Oh, I don't think I'll need this.
George Whitman, if you change your mind, be sure you follow the instructions to the letter.
You be careful.
So do I hear. It sure is squally tonight, though, ain't it?
It's time to relieve your paw and Charlie.
Yeah, I know. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, Joe. Doggone, George, you scared me out of a year's growth. What are you doing back here anyhow? Waiting for what?
The black horse.
Oh, George.
I still got that magic stuff Teresa left. Do you think that maybe we'll...
George, you know what Pa said about that magic stuff.
It's the horse. He's coming. I got the magic stuff in the bunkhouse.
Firelight, fire bright. Higgledy, higgledy, bones in the night. Curses be gone with a big shin bone. Abracadoo. Sasamazoo. Take this curse off of me and you. Burn, you fool, you scared the daylights out of me. What are you doing here anyhow?
Gas.
You're the one that's been stealing the cattle, ain't you?
Wrong. Turn around. Both of you. Turn around. What's George?
Me?
Yes, you. You see, you and me were out riding. Came upon George and caught him red-handed. He shot you, but I was lucky enough to get him before he could get me. Strange, isn't it, how Teresa's predictions came true? Right down to the last one. You and George lying dead in the moonlight.
Oh! Pool, it looks like somebody else done some figuring, too. You better drop that gun.
Shut up.
Oh! All right. Break him up, boss. Break him up! Hey, Joe! Joe! Get back to the herd. Everything's all right down here.
Harry? All right, Mr. Poole, you can get up now. Got the rest of your gang. You might as well join them. Take him into the sheriff, Harry.
Making a fool out of me. You did good, Jonah.
Hey, Paul, how did you know where we were anyhow?
Oh, followed Poole here. Did you know that he was the head rustler?
Just found it out.
Yeah, his gang was trying to get away with some more cattle tonight.
Poole was also the fellow who's making Madame Teresa's predictions come true. Did you know that?
Well, I'll be dead. How come you didn't let us know about it?
Oh, well, you were so busy with your hocus-pocusing that I thought it might be better if you were to keep on doing what you were doing and Poole were to keep on doing what he was doing until he finally hanged himself.
Boy, Paul, you sure played it close to the vest.
Well, at the horse. I wasn't sure until tonight that Poole was the man we were after.
Then maybe I wasn't a jinx this time.
Oh, George. Of course you're not. You got to remember one thing. There's no such thing as a jinx man.
Yes, sir. I'll remember that.
Hey, why don't you go help little Joe take care of the herd?
Right.
You know, old George really did think he was a jinx. I never did believe any of that stuff. I was just going along with it because I thought it was helping George feel better.
Higgledy-piggledy.
Teresa, still no sign of her?
The dark-haired lady?
That's the one.
I do not believe I was wrong about her. You will see.
All right, if you say so.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, I'm glad that's over with. I'll have one.
Oh, so am I, boy, except for one thing.
What's that?
Can't figure out how Poole got that black horse with George's saddle on it to come in there.
Poole found the runaway, put George's saddle on the black horse, and did it to scare him, thank you. Did the same thing with the shotgun shells, put them on the logs, and he imitated the wolf calls. It was always Poole all the way. No hocus pocus.
Well, that explains those things right nicely. All but one thing. That rattler?
What about the rattler?
Well, now, how do you reckon that Poole knowed which trail George was going to take out of the Ponderosa?
Well, Harry, haven't you got anything to do? Well, why don't you go do it? Why, rattlers.
Hey, Paul, wait a minute. How did he know?
Hoss, what difference does it make? Look, 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. Now, is there anything wrong with that?
Just like the card said.
Oh, me doggone. Hi, I'm Joe Cartwright.
Yes, I know.
What about that? The dark-headed lady.